So look, I wanted to tell y'all, so you know, Brianne Hammond is here. She's in the D. Fred Hammond's daughter. Yes, we talking about the top king of the gospel industry, okay? It's fun times with him because my mom and him has been on tour together many of times.
How old is she?
She's about my age. You know she's on that song, on his song,
Yes,
I Would Trust You.
I Would Trust You.
Yes.
Oh.
Just the connection itself, just us being legends, kids, growing up in the industry, growing up to sharing our parents with y'all. I can really relate to Bree and the things that she deals with. She, you know, they always wasn't always on good terms as far as the father-daughter thing.
She look like him?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't know Bree, but I know Jay Brooks and, you know, they used to date, and Tasha and them, they all grew up as far as being together with the singing thing or whatnot.
You're in this position where you can just talk to her. And you know how you felt when you maybe were a little younger and you were rebelling against your mom and dad. You could kind of talk to her and make her understand that her father means her well.
It was always a disconnect with my parents as growing up because, of course, my rebellion moments. But down the line, as you get older, you start to really take in the appreciation and the respect.
When we look at the advantages that you have that other kids don't have, that you have a parent who supports what you're trying to do and who has a name in the industry that all he has to do is make phone calls. Same thing for you.
Okay.
Your mother, all she has to do is make a phone call for you.
Right.
And so doors will open.
Right.
But when you're so stubborn that you sit back and you don't want to listen, sometimes you close the door that God is trying to prepare for you, you close that door.
I learned that the hard way.
So you gotta help her understand where she's making a mistake.
You know, from a little girl to now being older, you still want to have that connection with your father
Absolutely.
and mother.
Right.
But it's like, if it's a disconnect, it's like you got to try to mend it.
Jay Brooks tells the crew that Bree is coming back to Detroit. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I didn't know Bree growing up. Can she dress? Is she fly? You know, not everybody can sit with us, you know? What is going on with Bree?
She trying to get her career off the ground. She trying to, like, figure it out. She got to do it for herself now. Her pops ain't really, you know, really giving her opportunities.
Jay and I have been knowing Bree the longest, I believe, but they've known of her. They've just been knowing her from afar.
And she come from gospel royalty.
Right,
so,
she comes from gospel royalty.
And she just trying to get, you know, advice from everybody. She just trying to, like, hey, okay, I'm here. I know we ain't seen each other in a while, but I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I don't think Bree's gift was celebrated in her family. Success in everything that you're trying to build is collaborative. And so I consciously was like, let me make sure I speak to everybody.
You know, Mama been knowing her since being around with Fred at concerts and tours and stuff.
Right.
But that's why, like, I never knew of her. Like,
I mean, her dad is the GOAT, one of the GOATs.
She's trying to find herself now. She's still in that space where she just makes excuses. This is why this didn't happen, and this is why, and the reason why is never, and it's never her. It's never I behind the reason. I think Bree is fully aware at this point that if she wants to make it in the music industry, she's gonna have to do it alone. Like, take charge of her own career, that her dad is not gonna be able to just do it for her. Like, nepotism doesn't mean success.
We had help, but for the most part, we figured it out too, though.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We had help.
Yeah, you had help.
But we did a lot we did on our own. Nothing is going to be handed to you.
With Bree coming back into town to make it in the gospel music industry without the help of her father, let's just put it out there, she's going to have to work her butt off.
She need vocal training, like to get the best of her voice. She need help with her style, with her fashion. She need some organization in her structure and music. Because y'all seen her before, y'all remember her. Yeah, it's been years, but just reintroduce herself, you know, so she can be a part and feel the energy and get creative, get her creative space right and get her mind right. Invited Bree to the party. It's Nikki's 40th. I'm not sure how everybody's gonna react to be a part of this group. You kind of gotta have some thick skin.
You can't just come into the group and we just talked about how you have to work for what you know what I mean?
So she has to work her way into the group.
We're going to see what happens.